Hey, if you watching this video right now, hopefully you already watched my whole video. My plan is to upload these at the same time. I'm gonna upload whole first, then I'm uploading this one, putting this the same day. Two of the best living MCs who did a thing from the same city, had one of the biggest beefs in the world, man. This your boy Nas. This is my list, my ranking of his discography, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna have different opinions on a few albums and stuff. Write that in the comment section. Put your list and what you like, what you didn't like. Just chop it up in the comment section, man. I'll reply. Don't murder me too bad. Don't say I don't know music and stuff. This is just my opinion. I'm going in solo albums. It's not gonna be anything with Damian Marley or The Firm or anything like that. It's just a solo album. It's gonna be a list of 13. So let's start it off. Number 13, Streets Disciple. And this right here, whenever it dropped, I remember my cousin was in Iraq and stuff. I think I wrote him a letter, and I was like, Nas dropped a project, man. I was like, oh, is this crazy? And I thought it was at the time, man. I was like, man, this is so cold, but just because I love Nas so much. But then going back to the listening and stuff, for double disc, there's way too many songs. And man, you gotta skip around too much. It wasn't a lot of super jamming ass songs off of here, man. But my favorite songs of the project, this is the way I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna give like 3 songs on here. Some albums might be more depending on the length of the project or something. And then like towards the bottom, I will name more songs, because some people might not be familiar with Nas or whatever. If you studying, you a youngster trying to get up on Nas, I'm gonna name a few songs for you to go back on these projects and listen to these songs and give you an idea of the good songs off these projects and stuff. So with that being said, Streets Disciple, my favorite songs off this project is Rest of My Life, Just a Moment, and Me and You. Number 12, Nasir. And I did a rating on here whenever this dropped. I was like, oh, this is an instant classic, because it was Nas on Kanye beats and stuff. It's only 7 songs. It's not as great as I was making it out to be. It's a good project, but like being it's so short, and he has better stuff in his catalog. So I had to drop this down because 7 songs, man. It's just basically an EP. You count it as an album or something, but this is nothing major. But Nasir and Bonjour, Everything, and Simple Things. That's the 3 I picked from this project. Number 11, The Lost Tapes 2. This is one that I murdered on my channel. I did a rating of this one, and I wasn't kind to it. I didn't like this album. And it's still like towards the bottom of the pack, but it's not all the way at the bottom. And listening to all these albums over again, they did have a lot of joints on here, man. They had a lot of joints. I was too hard on this album. This album is better than I thought that it was. So with that being said, my favorite songs off The Lost Tapes 2 is Who Are You, War Against Love, and Queensbridge Politics. Number 10, Nostradamus. Now this part of Nas' career, he was kind of going downhill. He was going downhill. This was before the whole beef and stuff. People were sleeping on Nas. They were like, he don't have it no more and stuff. He has commercial project, commercial songs and stuff. He was chasing the sound. So he wasn't regarded high at this time. But going back to, he did have some joints. He did have a few joints on him, man. So Nostradamus, my favorite songs is Life We Chose, Project Windows, and Last Words. Number 9, Hip Hop Is Dead. And Hip Hop Is Dead, this came at a time whenever like T-Pain and them was coming out and stuff, and they had a lot snap music and a lot of stuff. So hip hop was seeming like it was dead. Hip hop ain't dying no time soon, as long as we keep it alive. They have a lot of hip hop now that I don't care for. So I guess I feel now how Nas felt back then. Me, I kind of like R&B a little bit more. But anyways, hip hop is dead, and my favorite songs over here is Still Dreaming, Play on Player, and Hope. I don't like it as much as I used to. But it's not that bad. Number 8, Life is Good. And this one right here, I think they just had too many songs. I think the sequencing was off. They had a lot of songs that could have been taken off, and this album could have been way better. But my favorites of Life is Good, and a lot of people are gonna be mad because a lot of people love Life is Good. But I think you could have took a lot of songs off. But World's an Addiction, Stay, and Roses. Number 7, I Am. And this is around that time that I was previously saying, whenever Nas was kind of like falling off before the beef, and he wasn't regarded as high. He had high expectations of him because Hov and it was coming up, DMX and it was coming up, and so he was kind of lost in the fold. But I Am did have some solid joints on here. New York State of Mind 2, Small World, and one of my favorite Nas songs of all time, Undying Love. Undying Love, and that song crazy. That song was crazy. Number 6, The Lost Tapes. And this one right here, this was when I was a Nas stan. Like Stillmatic dropped, and this came out right after Stillmatic, and I was just standing out. So anything Nas was spitting at that time, I was just tuned in. And so this one right here was one I listened to repeatedly. I loved The Lost Tapes. And I don't know if this is actually counts as an actual album or something. I count it as an album. Because The Lost Tapes 2, they count that as an album. So if they count that as an album, I'm counting The Lost Tapes 1 as an album. So, my favorite songs is No Ideas Original, Papa Was a Player, and Drunk by Myself. He had a lot of other ones that were cold too though. Number 5, Untitled. Basically, it was the Nick album. I don't want to say because YouTube, they be tripping on the monetization and all that. But my favorite songs off here, well, let me talk about the project a little bit. He had some joints on here, man. Like it was very, very deep. He was bringing the conversation to a different place and stuff, man. They had a lot with the theme of this. Barack was just about to get elected. Barack was becoming president and stuff. This was a important album at the time, man. And I don't think it's as good as it was whenever it dropped. But man, when it did drop that time, it was powerful. But it still got a lot of joints. But then it got some that I don't like as much as I did back then. But Queens Get the Money, Nigga, Slave and the Master, and Nigga Hatred. So I'm trying not to say the word because YouTube be tripping. Number 4, Godson. So Godson, hey, it's right here. And this is one of the ones as well. Could have been a classic. Could have been one of his, well, I put it number 4, so it is one of his best albums. But man, if they would have took like 3 songs off of here, it would have been a 10 out of 10. But like, hey Nas, what you doing? He could have took that off. He could have took that off. A few other joints he could have took off. But the ones that he do have on here, go back and check out this project. Godson was hard. But Last Real Alive, Dance, in Heaven. Hey, if heaven was a mile away, would I back up your pants? Hey, that right there in Dance. One more dance with you, mama. Oh, hey, Godson, dog. Number 3. Going back, way back. Not that one. The next one. It was written. This got the coldest intro. The intro to this is the greatest intro in hip-hop history. Fight me. Greatest intro in hip-hop history, man. But this right here, he's spitting on here. He's spitting. He got some joints on this one, dog. He doing his thing. But my favorites off of here is Street Dreams, I Gave You Power, and If I Ruled the World. And If I Ruled the World, I think that's the one that at that time, like, had really brought me into the Nas world. And I remember I was like 12. I remember I heard this. My sister was sick. She had cancer. She was in St. Jude Hospital. And this came on TV. If I Rule the World. And I was like a young 11, 12-year-old. I was like, wow. Oh my God. And I was with Nas. Nas is my dog. And then I think when he came out with the song with Nasty Nas, the Escobar, I quit kind of listening to Nas. And then Illmatic brought me back to Nas, but but that's just my backstory on Nas or whatever. So number 2, this could easily be number 1. This is a lot of people's number 1. One of the greatest albums in hip hop history. But I'm gonna put it at number 2 because I came onto this album late. Whenever I heard it, I didn't hear it whenever it dropped, and whenever it was so important to the culture, and it was revolutionary. Whenever I heard it, the beats and stuff was old. I had to let it grow on me because I was like, what's these old ass beats? Because I heard it many years later in its entirety. But Illmatic. And my favorite songs over here is New York State of Mind, Life's a Bitch, and The World Is Yours. One of the most important albums in hip hop history. Before this, people were only using one producer and stuff. This is the first album where it was like super producers. He had all kind of producers and stuff. He was a young kid from like 17 to 19 or whatever working on the album. And this youngster came out of the gate and blew the doors off of hip hop. Well, I say that like lyrically and stuff, but it didn't sell that well out of the gate. But man, he came out and he was one of the ones. And I went back to many moons later, and the beats were old and stuff, but he is still impressive with the rapping and stuff. Number 1, this one right here was so important. And this one influenced my rapping and stuff to a certain level, like a monstrous level. Like I was listening to this religiously. And number 1, Stillmatic. Him and Hov was beefing. I had kind of fell off on Nas, and I was a Hov stan. And he dropped Ether. I got this album and I was like, oh my God, Nas is back. And I've been one of the biggest Nas fans ever since. Like I was a fan back then, but this right here just brought me, I was like, yeah, he's that dude. Definitely in my top 5 of all time. But Stillmatic, my favorite songs over here is One Mic, My Country, What Goes Around, Every Ghetto, Rewind, The Flyers, Rule, and of course, Ether. So that is my Nas list, man. Write in the comment section what is your Nas list. If you want to, it's a lot of music to go through. Trust me. This took me some time. But hopefully you watch my whole video. If you haven't, go back and watch that one. Watch this Nas video. Give suggestions for the next one. It's probably going to be pop. I'm keeping it honest. Probably going to be pop. But give me suggestions for people you want to see. I'm not going to be doing Tech 9 or anything like that. Not because I don't like Tech 9. Well, I'm not a big fan of Tech 9. I'm not familiar with his stuff. I haven't been bumping him like that. Like people like Bone Thugs and Harmony, I was heavy on their music. I was heavy on DMX. Lil Wayne got so much music, man. Then they got some people that just got way too much music. But just write me a few suggestions. I'm not saying I will do them 100%, but something that I can think about. And if I do continue to do this, it depends on the success of it. They are not successful yet. But I don't know, something tells me that one of these videos will do good. So hopefully it'll be one of these. But like, comment, subscribe, be the greatest and most hated man. Holla at your boy. Peace out.